Chapter 3. The Letters from No One. Summary. Life with the Dursleys did not improve for Harry. After the zoo incident, Uncle Vernon punished him even more strictly. Harry continued to sleep in the cupboard under the stairs, wearing Dudley's old clothes and living like a servant in the house. Dudley bullied him whenever he had the chance, and Aunt Petunia shouted at him for every little mistake. Then something unusual began to happen. One morning, when Harry went to get the mail, he found a letter addressed to him. Mr. H. Potter, The Cupboard Under the Stairs, 4 Privet Drive, Little Winging. Harry was shocked. Nobody ever wrote to him. How did the writer know exactly where he slept? But before he could open it, Uncle Vernon grabbed the letter and turned red with anger. He shouted at Harry and refused to let him read it. The next day, another letter arrived, again addressed to Harry in the cupboard. Uncle Vernon quickly tore it up. He became more and more nervous, as if he knew who was sending the letters. He even moved Harry from the cupboard into Dudley's second bedroom, but the letters kept coming. They arrived under the door, inside the eggs that Aunt Petunia cracked open, and even through the window. Harry desperately wanted to read the mysterious letters, but Uncle Vernon was determined to stop him. He nailed the mail slot shut, shouted at the family, and spent his days watching the letterbox nervously. But the more he tried to block the letters, the more creative the deliveries became. Finally, Uncle Vernon lost control. One evening, dozens of letters flew through every crack and hole in the house. They rained down on the Dursleys, covering the floor. Harry tried to grab one, but Uncle Vernon pulled him away, shouting like a madman. Dudley and Harry were both terrified by Vernon's strange behavior. The next morning, Vernon made a sudden decision. He told the family to pack quickly. They got into the car and drove away. He was determined to escape the letters, no matter what it took. The Dursleys stayed in a small hotel, but when the mail arrived at breakfast, every single letter was addressed to Harry Potter. Furious and desperate, Uncle Vernon drove them far into the countryside. That night, in heavy rain, Vernon stopped at a lonely hut built on rocks by the sea. The wind shook the walls and water leaked through the roof. Inside, Dudley cried because there was no television, and Harry lay awake on the floor, counting down the minutes until his birthday. At midnight, he would turn 11. As the clock ticked closer to midnight, Harry's heart beat faster. He had no presents, no cake, and no one to celebrate with. Still, he whispered the numbers to himself. 10, 9, 8. He was about to blow out an imaginary candle when suddenly, boom! There was a loud knock at the door. The hut shook. Someone was outside. Harry's life was about to change forever. Word count 512.